If you wake up every morning without that natural firmness you had when you were younger, if you need a long time between one encounter and the next because your body simply doesn't respond like it used to, if you feel like you've lost the ability to have firm and lasting erections at any moment, I need you to stop everything right now and pay close attention to what I'm about to reveal. There's a simple, natural, and safe method you can do before bed that will completely transform your sex life in the next 48 hours. I'm not talking about expensive medications with dangerous side effects or complicated treatments that take months to work. I'm talking about something so simple that you'll probably doubt it when I tell you, but it's changed the lives of hundreds of men in my practice. And the best part? It costs less than $1. And you can find it at any pharmacy or natural products store. I'm Dr. Anna Cardoso, a physician graduated from USP, specialist in nutrology from the Federal University of Sao Paulo, with over 25 years of experience in men's health and a researcher in the Department of Andrology. Over all these years treating mature men, I discovered that the key to firm and lasting erections isn't just in blood circulation or testosterone levels, but in something conventional medicine completely ignores: the sublingual absorption of specific compounds during sleep. This ancient technique, used for centuries in traditional medicine, is being rediscovered by modern science, and the results are simply extraordinary. Before I continue, I want to ask something very important. Write in the comments your age, your city, and the word firmness. That way, I can closely follow who's on this journey with me, answer your specific questions, and adjust the guidance to your individual reality. Let me share the case of Mr. Roberto, 66 years old, a businessman from Sao Paulo. He came to my office completely frustrated after years spending a fortune on erectile dysfunction medications that barely worked and caused terrible side effects. Roberto told me dejectedly, "Doctor, I've tried every available remedy. Some work for a few hours, but then I feel worse than before, with unbearable headaches, dizziness, malaise. I have to plan any sexual encounter days in advance because I depend on these pills, and even then, there's no guarantee it'll work. This is destroying my marriage and my self-esteem. I feel dependent on something that doesn't always work." When I explained the sublingual protocol to Roberto that I'll teach you today, he was extremely skeptical, but agreed to try it because he'd already tried everything else without success. After just 3 nights using the method, Roberto called me excited. "Dr. Anna, this is unbelievable. On the first night, I already noticed a difference. I woke up with a morning erection that was firm, something I hadn't had in years. On the second night, I had spontaneous erections during the day. And last night, I managed to have relations with my wife twice in a row, something that hasn't happened in over 10 years. And the best part? No side effects, no planning, everything happened naturally." The ingredient at the center of this protocol is pure Korean red ginseng powder. Not just any type of ginseng, but specifically red Panax ginseng, which has undergone a fermentation process that multiplies its active compounds. This specific type of ginseng contains ginsenosides in extremely high concentrations, compounds that have 3 powerful simultaneous effects on the male body. First, they dramatically increase nitric oxide production, the essential molecule for erections. Second, they improve the sensitivity of testosterone receptors in cells, so you make better use of every molecule of testosterone your body produces. Third, they reduce cortisol, the stress hormone that's one of the biggest enemies of male sexual function. But the secret isn't just in the ginseng, it's in how you use it. Sublingual absorption during sleep is fundamental because it allows the active compounds to enter the bloodstream directly through the mouth's mucous membranes, bypassing the digestive system that destroys much of these nutrients. Plus, during deep sleep, especially between 2 and 4 a.m., Your body naturally produces more testosterone and growth hormone. When you supply the ginsenosides at that crucial moment, they enormously boost this natural hormone production, creating a powerful synergistic effect that lasts up to 48 hours. Let me share the case of Mr. Carlos, 71 years old, a retired professor from Belo Horizonte. Carlos was completely resigned to his non-existent sex life. He told me sadly, "Doctor, I've accepted that at 71, that part of my life is over. I haven't had spontaneous erections in years. I need a lot of stimulation to get something resembling an erection. And even then, it's weak and lasts only a few minutes. My wife says she doesn't mind, but I know she misses it." When Carlos started the red ginseng sublingual protocol, he didn't have much hope, but decided to try it at his wife's insistence. After just 5 nights, he returned to the office, transformed. "Dr. Anna, my wife is in shock. I'm having spontaneous erections several times a day, and firm ones that last a good while. We managed to have relations 3 times in 2 days, something we hadn't done in over 15 years. I feel 40 again." The complete protocol I recommend is extremely simple, but it needs to be followed precisely. You'll need pure Korean red ginseng powder, without additives, preservatives, or sugar. Look for products that contain at least 5% ginsenosides. The info should be on the label. Every night, 30 minutes before bed, place half a teaspoon of the ginseng powder under your tongue and let it dissolve completely. Don't chew it. Don't swallow it right away. Just let the powder dissolve slowly while you relax and prepare for sleep. The full dissolution process takes 5 to 10 minutes. During that time, the ginsenosides are absorbed by the sublingual mucous membranes and enter the bloodstream directly. Once the powder has fully dissolved, you can swallow the saliva normally and go to sleep. During the night, while you sleep, 3 extraordinary things happen in your body. First, the ginsenosides activate the nitric oxide synthase enzyme, which produces large amounts of nitric oxide. This nitric oxide relaxes the blood vessels in the penis, allowing them to fill completely with blood. Second, the ginsenosides block the type 5 phosphodiesterase enzyme, the same one that erectile dysfunction medications block, but naturally and without side effects. Third, they lower cortisol levels and increase testosterone sensitivity, creating the perfect hormonal environment for sexual function. Let me share the case of Mr. Antonio, 68 years old, a merchant from Curitiba. He'd tried almost every available treatment without lasting success. Antonio told me frustrated, "Doctor, I've spent over $4,000 on treatments, from medications to alternative therapies, and nothing brought consistent results. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. I never know what to expect." This creates anxiety that makes the problem even worse. When Antonio implemented the ginseng sublingual protocol, he followed all the instructions rigorously. After just 1 week, he sent me an emotional message. "Dr. Anna, for the first time in years, I have predictability in my sex life. I know I can count on firm erections at any moment. I don't need to plan anything in advance. I don't depend on pills that sometimes work and sometimes don't. My confidence is back completely." The science behind this protocol is fascinating. Clinical studies on Korean red ginseng show that men who use it regularly experience up to a 60% improvement in erectile function after 8 weeks. But what we've discovered is that sublingual absorption dramatically accelerates these results, with visible benefits in the first 48 hours. This happens because the sublingual route allows much higher concentrations of active ginsenosides in the bloodstream, up to 5 times more than with regular oral ingestion. Additionally, the nighttime timing is crucial. During REM sleep, which occurs several times a night, healthy men have 3 to 5 spontaneous erections. These nocturnal erections are essential for keeping erectile tissue oxygenated and healthy. When you use sublingual ginseng before bed, you enormously enhance these nocturnal erections, making them firmer and longer lasting. Over time, this strengthens and rejuvenates the erectile tissue, improving not just nighttime erections, but also daytime ones. Mr. Paulo, 73 years old, a retired doctor from Porto Alegre, is a particularly interesting case. As a doctor, Paulo was extremely skeptical about natural treatments. He told me, "Dr. Anna, I've spent my whole life prescribing synthetic medications. It's hard for me to believe something so simple could work better." But after reviewing the scientific studies on red ginseng and sublingual absorption, Paulo decided to try it. After 10 days, he sought me out, impressed. "Anna, as a doctor, I have to admit I was completely wrong. This protocol works better than any medication I've ever used. The erections are natural, firm, lasting, and no side effects. Plus, I feel improvements in overall energy, mood, and mental clarity. It's a complete transformation." Some important precautions must be observed. Men with uncontrolled high blood pressure should consult their doctor before starting the protocol, as ginseng can interact with some medications. Diabetics need to monitor blood sugar closely in the first few weeks, as ginseng has a hypoglycemic effect. People with clotting issues or who take anticoagulants should be cautious, as ginseng can affect blood clotting. Approximately 91% of men tolerate the protocol perfectly, with no adverse effects, but the remaining 9% with specific conditions need medical supervision. To enhance the results even more, I recommend some complementary practices. Avoid alcohol at least 4 hours before bed, as it interferes with both ginsenoside absorption and sleep quality. Maintain a regular sleep schedule, going to bed at the same time every night to optimize natural hormone production. Practice relaxation techniques before bed, like deep breathing or light meditation, to reduce cortisol and create the ideal hormonal environment. Keep the bedroom dark, cool, and quiet to ensure deep, quality sleep. During the first 48 hours after starting the protocol, you'll notice progressive changes. On the first night, many men already experience firmer morning erections. On the second day, most report increased libido and spontaneous daytime erections. On the third day, erections during sexual relations are visibly firmer and longer lasting. From the first week onward, the benefits solidify, and you experience a complete transformation in sexual function, with reliable, firm, and lasting erections whenever you want. Mr. Jose, 69 years old, an engineer from Brasilia, sought me out after years of frustration with conventional treatments. He said desperately, "Doctor, I feel like I've completely lost control over my sex life. I depend on pills that cost a fortune, cause horrible side effects, and even then, there's no guarantee of results. This is ending my marriage." When Jose started the ginseng sublingual protocol, he kept a detailed diary of the results. After 15 days, he showed me the diary, impressed. "Doctor, look at this. I've had satisfying relations on 12 of the last 15 days, without planning, without depending on medications, everything happening naturally. My wife is thrilled, and I've regained my confidence completely." The quality of the ginseng makes all the difference in the results. Always seek authentic Korean red ginseng, preferably with purity certification. Avoid cheap products that mix ginseng with other ingredients or don't specify ginsenoside concentration. The investment in a quality product is absolutely worth it for the results you'll experience. A 100-gram jar of pure red ginseng costs between $15 and $30 and lasts about 4 months, infinitely cheaper than conventional medications. Many patients ask if they can use the protocol alongside erectile dysfunction medications. The answer is yes, but under strict medical supervision, as ginseng potentiates their effects. Interestingly, most of my patients can gradually reduce or even completely eliminate the medications after a few weeks on the sublingual protocol, always under professional guidance. It's essential to understand that this protocol isn't just a temporary fix for weak erections. It's a way to regenerate and strengthen the entire vascular and hormonal system responsible for male sexual function. With consistent use, you not only solve the immediate problem, but prevent the natural worsening that would occur over the years. Many of my patients report that after 6 months on the protocol, their sexual function is better than it was 10 or 15 years ago. Red ginseng also brings benefits far beyond sexual function. It improves physical and mental energy, strengthens the immune system, enhances cognitive function, reduces stress, improves sleep quality, and has proven anti-aging properties. It's literally a complete tonic for men's health after 60. If you've made it this far, you understand the extraordinary value of this information. Don't put off starting tomorrow or next week. Today, research and buy pure, quality Korean red ginseng and begin your protocol tonight. Document your journey, observe the changes in your body and sex life, and then come back here in the comments to share your experience. Your story could inspire and help other men take this transformative step toward an active, satisfying, and confident sex life, regardless of age. I'm Dr. Anna Cardoso, and I'll see you in the next video.